Good evening, Madam Mayor, members of the City Council. Glenn Gromann, 2201 Northwest Corporate Boulevard, Boca Raton, Florida. Here to make my application to the Business Improvement District. I previously served as the Vice Chairman of this committee. The requirements to be on the BID is that you have to also be part of the Downtown Boca Raton Advisory Committee, of which I'm Chairman. I have a long history and a background regarding municipal finance. I used to be the Assistant Corporation Counsel for the City of Union City. I used to work for Bob Menendez when he was the mayor of Union City. Now he's a senator. But I have a background in that. If you don't know much about Union City, it's actually the most densely populated city in the United States. There are 50,000 people per square mile. So I know a little bit about parking problems and things of that nature. I think the BID is a great idea, and I'd love to serve on the BID once again, and respectfully request your vote.
Okay. Any questions for?
Madam Mayor, members of the City Council, Glenn Gromann, 2201 Northwest Corporate Boulevard, Boca Raton, Florida. This particular project is brought forth by a company known as Toll Brothers. It's a New York Stock Exchange company with extreme financial capability. For over 2 decades, the Toll Brothers company has produced superior development in the city of Boca Raton, which has consistently held its value, being in the real estate business. Some developments that they did included Azura, the Preserve on the corner of Yamato and Military Trail, and also the Trieste development on North Federal Highway. So they have a great track record with the city. If you hypothecate what the potential assessed values would be for these particular single-family homes, there's certainly a good possibility that there could be at least $100 million in valuation, which is assessed valuation, which is not necessarily what the incomes drive from the city. Jim had put up the income numbers. However, this is a substantial windfall for the city. The homes that are going to be constructed, the minimum home size is approximately 4,300 square feet. Mr. Hess laid out all the off-site roadway improvements. Having been involved in those and other construction projects, I can tell you that those will have a positive impact on whatever traffic there is, and I particularly like the idea of the bus shelter for school buses and also for transit. The other component of this, which I think the public needs to be aware about, is the fact that the applicant has sought the voluntary annexation into the city of Boca Raton as opposed to being in unincorporated Palm Beach County. And the reason for that is the fact, and we went over this in several meetings when we went over the budget, the fact of the matter, due to the fabulous job of the city manager and the finance department, the tax rate in the city of Boca was not increased. We have one of the lowest tax rates, and we have the lowest operating expense rate of any municipality in the state of Florida. I think we're number 2 in the entire state. So, and again, as the city manager pointed out in his presentation, if you buy a single-family home in Boca Raton, particularly something in the $1.2 million to $2 million range, when you have a tax rate of Boca Raton and you compare it to Aventura or Hollywood or even Delray Beach, where the tax rate is double, you wind up paying hundreds of thousands of dollars in additional taxes, which makes your home in Boca Raton even more valuable. So I don't think we should consider that. The fact of the matter is that the applicant themselves know they want to be in Boca, and I would only hope that the City Council moves forward with the annexation of the properties to the east and the west, which are similarly situated properties. The only other thing that I wanted to mention was I viewed the presentation that was put together by city staff, and I have to tell you that at the planning and zoning meeting, and I have to tell you that the flexibility and the quality of this presentation was one of the best that I've ever seen. I mean, everyone got together and put together a plan that worked. And you know, all these, Mr. Bell's presentation is at best a very, very short synopsis to the 1-inch thick presentation that goes into these things. And I think city staff should really be commended for their hard work, because it's at extreme levels of competence. So I would respectfully, you know, offer and urge you to support this project, because it's good for the city, and I can't see any downside in it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Madam Chair, can I just comment on something Mr. Gromann said? In the fiscal evaluation, Mr. Gromann, the current value of this property is listed at $9 million. At build out, it will be valued at $262 million. So you are correct.